That doesn't look like the piece that should be connected at the end of the cable.
That wire looks like it was sliced.
That wire looks like it was
Sliced with a knife.
right down the middle. And we're talking about being detached at the base, because clearly the base is still attached to the windshield, to the dash cam. So the base plastic should be on the wire. Why is this wire cut in half? Unless somebody cut it. Unless somebody cut it and they did not think their crime through. And, I'll just say, Chad Mason is clearly a liar. Clearly he's a liar.
I mean, it's so obvious what he did here.
And I guarantee you, he's not going to be able to remember his lie. That's the thing about lying. When you lie, you have to think a lot about what you lied about last time so that your lie continues as the same lie. Okay? The fact that they don't have the wire as evidence is a really big problem. I mean, you're talking about the most crucial piece of evidence in this entire case, which is two things: the dash cam and the car. Those are the two main pieces of information. And you didn't get the wire? You did not get the wire? You're claiming that this dash cam is damaged.
So wait a minute. Have you noticed that they're throwing everything in the book at Mustafa, except they're not blaming him for cutting the wire?
I mean, that's interesting.
I mean, don't you need the wire to blame him for cutting the wire? I mean, think about what I'm saying here. The dash camera, the wire is cut. Why not blame Mustafa for the wire?
Because
don't you need the wire to blame Mustafa for the wire?
The problem here is once you start questioning this whole wire thing, they're going to have to investigate it. And that's the last thing Chad Mason wants anybody to do. They don't want to investigate
it because their investigator cut this fucking wire only to take the SD card back to his car and download the files.
When he says he observed the wire severed, right? That's what he says. When he arrived on scene, he observed the wire severed and the dash cam. Where is his body cam?
Where is his body cam?
Where is Chad Mason's body cam when he approached Mustafa's car?
Exactly. Where is the body cam?
Nowhere to be found.
Especially for an officer that's very conscious about his body cam.
15 years, man.
At one point, he went to Robert Drum. He said, I recorded on my body cam.
So he's very conscious of his body cam.
Very conscious. So where is that recording? When you're handling the most crucial piece of evidence?
So his body cam is not there when he first saw the wire being cut. His dash cam is not there when he took the SD card out of the camera without a warrant, plugged it into his laptop, and apparently programmed it. Okay? And his body cam is not there when he talked to any of the kids.
You know what I find really interesting?
What's going on here? Why are these body cams suddenly going missing? The most crucial ones. I mean, look, we have over 20 hours of officers standing there directing traffic. Sir, go this way, go that way. This road is blocked. This
Except when you get to the bottom of it.
You have over 20 hours of body cams of officers sitting there with their thumbs up their butt, directing traffic. And then the most crucial pieces, the most crucial times of this case are nowhere to be found. How amazing. There's over 20 hours of just officers standing there directing traffic.
I mean, it's so obvious.
The majority
what they're doing here is obvious.
The majority are them directing traffic. And then the most crucial ones, like Rob Davis, Rob Sermon, Serdam, Romero, Chad Mason, Drum, the culprits' body cams are nowhere to be found.
That's crazy.
Cruz, we literally see him on video
holding the body cam, going through the vehicle.
Holding his body cam against the car to record the brake line.
Maybe it's going to show the brake line and the motor mount that are broken. I mean,
yeah, that's in a hidden file.
That is crazy.
That Brad Haywood, he's got to poke at the prosecutor to get, it's like that, like a piñata. He's got to keep beating the piñata to get the rest of the body cams. Let's play this.
Investigator, how long have you been on the task unit before becoming started?
8 years.
And how long have you been a law enforcement officer?
This is going to, what, 14, 15?
15 years? And you want to act like you're just a common person that doesn't know anything about a dash camera?
You want to talk about, you want to tell me 8 years as a crash unit investigator. Crash unit. That means you strictly deal with car accidents.
You strictly deal with dash cameras.
It's 2025.
Everybody
Everybody
has
has
a
a dash
dash
camera.
camera.
Everybody has a dash camera. And you want to tell me, you want to act like you have the most common knowledge of technology? You don't know that your policy is to take a dash cam and submit it to evidence? That's your chain of custody? You don't know how to follow a chain of custody?
That is so disturbing. It's not even funny.
So you want to tell me for 8 years he's been violating department policy?
That's what he
and
said.
Nobody knows about it?
That's what he said.
I'd like to know how many people were prosecuted or how many people got a insurance claim paid to the wrong person because this motherfucker is obviously tampering with evidence. And he didn't know. In 8 years, nobody told him when you take a piece of evidence,
You know how ridiculous
you
that sounds?
submit it to evidence.
You know how
submit it to the
you know how
appropriate department.
ridiculous. In 8 years, no one told this puppy that you can't just do whatever you want.
Okay, I have 0 years of experience in law enforcement. And even I know that when police take your digital device, they have to send it to digital forensics. Even I know that. It's common knowledge. The common man would know that.
The common men. Well, apparently Chad is claiming to be just an average Chad.
8 years. 8 years in crash unit and then 15 years and not a single time did police chief Newsham tell him, hey, when you get digital evidence, make sure you give it to Kathy Zymus before you fuck around with it. He didn't know that until today. I mean, Mustafa had to teach him about his own department policy.
Think about everything that he's done for the county. He went into a burning building and saved a goddamn cat.
And what is that supposed to excuse him from following department policy?
He's Judge Weimer's personal puppy.
Let's keep going.
Handle electronics as part of your investigation. Putting them in this.
No.
Now, when you initially removed the SD card the first time, what was the purpose of that?
Just to see if there was anything on, just to see if the capture anything. That was actually working.
And it's correct, because at the time you didn't believe that it might have been working.
Correct.
And if it hadn't been working, it would be of no value, is that right?
Correct.
He doesn't believe it was
Now,
working?
at
Pause
any
it for a
point-
second. Wait a second. Wait a second. She asked him, when you first took the SD card out of the camera, the purpose of you was to see if there was any files on it because he doesn't believe it was working?
Oh, yeah. And then she says, so if it's not working, it's useless to this whole entire case. Why would he have a dash
Wait,
camera?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. So as a crash investigator for 8 years, your experience in law enforcement, when you show up to a crash scene, you see a dash cam, you assume, that's not working.
Maybe it's a toy dash camera.
You see a dash cam with a piece of metal sticking out, and you say, oh, that's not working. I don't think that captured anything. Let's just take it and dump it out the window.
That's crazy.
Like, you are a crash investigator. When you see a dash cam, your first thought should be, oh shit, there's a dash
Don't
cam.
we have a body cam where he, all of a sudden, he's like, I'm hungry.
Yeah, he downplays the dash cam. He's already, look, before he even looked at the SD card, before anybody saw anything in that dash cam, he's already downplaying it. He's already saying, yeah, but the wire's cut.
What if I tell you I have another body cam where Chad Mason is doing something inside the vehicle and you have another officer who is about to walk up to Chad Mason and then all of a sudden his body starts shifting like
He starts turning away from Chad
away
Mason.
from Chad Mason. And
While Chad
as a-
Mason is
as
in
if
Mustafa's
Chad
car.
Mason signaled
Don't come
to
here.
exactly.
Don't bring your body cam bullshit
Exactly.
here.
Exactly.
While he's in Mustafa's car.
While he's in Mustafa's car. And the question is, you can clearly see Chad Mason's body cam. Where is the body cam
Where's
footage?
the body cam of when Chad Mason entered Mustafa's car
And handle the dash camera.
and handled the dash camera? That's correct. And the other officer is turning away because Chad Mason signaled to him, hey, can't you see I'm fucking cutting the wire over here? Like, what's going on? Get away from me. I'm going to testify to this shit, man.
Is this puppy Italian
Carol Weimer.
or from New York? He's like this little tiny puppy
He's like, hey, get away from here.
wagging his tail.
You see what I'm doing? Can't you see I'm working over here? All right, let's keep going.
Is it true that at any point, the first time and the second time, that you removed the SD card and reviewed the traffic, April 5th, 2023, at any point did you hear any audio coming from any of the video?
He just said he didn't remember.
He doesn't recall. Now it's a solid no.
He just said earlier when Blake questioned him, he said, I don't remember. It wasn't something significant to where he didn't even note it down. And now he says,
no, absolutely not. Absolutely.
Okay, let's keep going. For any new lawyers out there,
Policy that council, isn't it true that the dash camera and the SD card were eventually sent to direct digital registration?
Now he wants to talk.
Isn't it true that after you mentioned the time where the dash camera and the SD card were sent to the digital forensics unit for processing and analysis?
Is it true? I mean, listen to how ridiculous what this prosecutor just asked Chad Mason. Chad Mason, is it true that you actually sent this dash camera to digital forensic? What do you mean? He's like, yes, ma'am. That's a hard, solid yes. After doing what exactly? Taking the dash camera back to your car, taking the SD card, plugging it into your
Forget all
laptop, downloading. I mean,
forget all that. Isn't it? It would be relevant to ask when digital forensics got a hold of it.
exactly.
I mean, look at the date on that. Just pull it up. Look at the date on that. Okay, let me make this bigger. Can you zoom in on the top right?
Yeah.
April 24th, Catherine Zymus with, digital forensics.
You want me to read it?
No, you don't have to read it. We're just putting up the date. April 24th.